in Group A between BIM United and Viewfort. Very important game for Group A. Very important for both Viewfort, of course, for Viewfort to go through to the semi-final, and of course, Excel is hoping that BIM pulls off an upset, at least 2 goals upset, so that they have an opportunity to advance to the semi-final rounds. So, lineups for today's matchup. The last match of the group stage of Group A, and in it we will see BIM United versus Viewfort. So Viewfort starting today in goal, Tariq Leo, and up front Clive with Gray, number 7, Sean Joseph, number 2, defensive midfielder. We have Anthony Williams, number 5, on left defense, and right defense, of course, Martin Tal. No, it seems Martin Tal will be resting for this encounter, and instead we will see Raquelme Elva, number 11, who will be up front. Donovan Purpey, number 9, Jadel Lionel, number 12, James Skeet, number 4, Marlon Everest, his number isn't on the sheet, so we'll have to confirm that. And of course, Jason Isidore, number 17. For BIM United, we have Jalen Ward in goal, number 1. Jacob Bishop in defense, number 5. The Jiziko brothers, number 6, Dimitri, dropping back in defense. And Mikolai playing in the midfield position. He's on the team sheet, but I'm not seeing him on the field. No, Mikolai is resting. I've gotten confirmation for the start of the game. And instead we have Ashe Underwood, number 3. Deshaun Howell, number 2 in defense. Joshua Husbands will be number 18 today. And the other Joshua in this team, Joshua Clark, who's number 9. Sachin Griffith, number 19 as a striker. Jaden Thompson in defense, number 15. And Tyrell Reese, number 10. And in midfield, as we've seen in other games, Adeo Ford, number 8. So it makes up for an exciting encounter. The ball put in the back of the net once already by Viewfort, but it was deemed offside by the match official. And there another break. Elva tries to go around his man, and he also manages to go around the goal post. Elva down and taking a second to be helped up by the referee. So got confirmation there that Marlon Everest is number 18 playing in the back today. His number not on the sheet. Coach just confirming his number 18. And we see a nice shot, but the BIM goalkeeper comfortably behind it. BIM trying to move the ball around. A good strength shown by this winger. Quick feet by the BIM winger number 18. Joshua Husbands showing his strength and skill on the ball. Show us what we can expect some more of in this game. Husbands plans to do. But for the time being, it's going to be a throw towards not Titus, but Riquelme Alva. Nice through pass, but the winger wasn't there. That is Tyrell Reese trying to open up play a bit, calling on his wingers to be in position, to be ready for the pass. That's what a maestro does, dictate where players should be when they're ready to deliver. And Tyrell Reese playing that role today for BIM. So it's going to be a kick to be taken by Everest. Out to the back for Viewfort. Viewfort goes over the top. And it is going to be man on man. And Riquelme Elva not able to get it. And it is going to be a throw down the line. Oh, a big throw. Reese loses his footing. Williams gets it out. Sorry, that's not Williams, that is Bishop. Gets it out. And the keeper punches. And now Jadel Lionel, and it is out by Dimitri. So it is going to be a corner, Dimitri being called upon to play a more defensive role today. Yeah. In the earlier game for BIM that we put on screen, he played a midfield role. He's been asked to perform the duties of a centre back today, and we'll see how effective it is against Viewfort. So now a corner taken by Pupi. All but two players in the box, and it's out. Jacob is chasing. Put back in by Everest, and Pupi now has it again, and the referee is going to call an offside against Pupi. And timeout taken so that many shoes can have their laces tied. And it's going to be an offside kick. So it's going to be taken by number 5, Jacob Bishop, who goes across the field looking for Thompson. And now Jadel Lionel has it, and a nice ball through the gap, smothered by the keeper, who then recovers. It's over the top. Pupi is behind it. The small chip in is interrupted by Thompson, and the keeper stretching his tall frame to cut out all the possibilities for Elva, and it's a head in. Thompson gets it out, and it is now kicked to not safety quite yet, but now they recover it. Number 4 for Viewfort, not able to control it. I believe that is Shaheem Skeet playing the wing back today. So now Reese been playing some nice interplay football, headed out by the tall Thompson. A lot of tall players on this BIM team. Half the team sized like a Bajan pace bowler, but instead they are very competent footballers. So Dimitri to do the honors with the kick out. He decides to go short to Jacob. Jacob looking for his options. Comes wide and they are keeping possession. They're trying to be very patient and a nice pass in. Both players spin away from the ball quite bizarrely. Dimitri, nice touch and a nice ball played outside by BIM's number 8 and a nice cross as well. If the field was 5 feet longer, it could have been a different outcome, but very nice play there. Started by number 8 at Viewfort. We saw him make similarly constructive plays in the last game on camera. Dimitri so far proven to be very competent in that centre-back role. Forward pressures and they both trip over. Goal against Ford. And Everest, who really is as tall as Mount Everest compared to the opponents, takes the kick. He goes wide and it's up in the air. A lot of players are on it. Thompson kicks out and now pressuring across the face of the goal. So some good sportsmanship here being displayed by Clivert and the new defensive midfielder in today's game for BIM. Well, not new to BIM, but new to us in this role, which is number 15, Thompson. So headed out by Jacob. Thompson gets his foot on it and his hand as well, according to a referee. So it's going to be a free kick, a direct free kick for Viewfort. To be taken by, I believe that is Kendall Clark, to be confirmed. Yes, it is Kendall Clark. So the keeper, Ward, decides to go long like his frame and he puts it outside. BIM mounts pressure into the half and Underwood not able to, just shrugged off of the ball. A nice ball to Clivert, but he both put it over the bar and offside. He was offside, but it was a nice ball by Elva into him after sort of muscling off Underwood. Underwood is not going to forget that. Later in the game, maybe take revenge. But it goes to the feet of Ward. Ward steps up looking for his options and comes across the field, but a little too long for the diminutive winger for BIM United. Jadel Lionel foiled by Thompson, who has proven to be a very difficult person to pass and in the midfield. And we see Lionel taking them for a run. He tries to play it into Elva, who isn't able to soften this touch enough, and it goes for a goal kick. So Viewfort and Thompson are really trying to take control of that center circle area to give BIM the advantage, win the balls, the most important area on this smaller than usual field, and they're both doing a good job of it. So now Underwood, he goes to Ford not able to get it. Jinko cuts off, Dimitri cuts off, and a nice ball down the line by Dimitri, and it goes across the face, but it is not going to get past Mount Everest. Dimitri showing that he has both the timing and anticipation to drop deep and retain his playmaker responsibilities by making a nice pass out wide for his winger, to Sean Howell. And Howell opting to take a early cross, but it is cut out by Everest. Now it's going to be a throw. And it's a flick on by Howell over the wicketkeeper for 4 runs here at Darrell Sami Cricket Stadium. Back to football, however, we have Tariq Leo, who had an off day yesterday against Trinity Nationals, but of course has proven himself to be a very, very competent keeper for this tournament and a stabilizing factor for this Viewfort team. But Adele Ford now has the ball at his feet, and now Purpy has it. Purpy goes over the top for Elva. The keeper decides to come, and then he decides to go, and then he's back up. He is all but breakdancing outside the box, showing his talent, both in breakdancing and goalkeeping, and well, in that case, out of the box. So defending, for a moment he was uncertain whether he should come, but he did well post-hesitation, and he was able to clear it to safety. The tall Ward for BIM. And it seems like the referee has called a penalty kick. And now Ward called upon to stop a Jidel. Lionel penalty kick, and he does. Lionel scores it. An unfortunate situation for BIM. They are down 1-0 to a Jadel Lionel penalty. At first I thought Wood did well to be able to recover from that tussle at the top of the box, but the referee seems to have deemed it an infringement. So now Jacobs tried to get around his man, and it deflects off of him for a throw-in for Viewfort. It is in the hands of Ward. Ward goes wide to Dimitri. Dimitri tries to find his striker, but instead finds Tariq Leo. Kendall, his pass is intercepted. And some nice interplay now by BIM. And they still have it, and it is going to take a nope, it does not take a deflection. It looked like it deflected. The fans are a bit disappointed by that call, but I don't think that there's any way the linesman could have seen that very tiny deflection that we all saw from the stands, but these things happen. The free kick Youth Cup St. Lucia without the possibility of video review. Are going to have to trust the discretion of the officials, as should every team in a Youth Cup tournament. So, Kendall Clark and Tariq Leo deciding who's going to kick this one out. And it's going to be Kendall Clark who goes towards Purpy. Purpy is not able to get it. Adeo Ford heads it over. And it is a defeat of Ford again. Reese sticks his toe in there. and it's turned over comfortably and turned back over. Nobody has control of it as yet. And now Viewfort does. It goes over the top and it comes out. Underwood is underneath it. Is he going to leave it? Yes, he is. So Underwood will look long and he tries to find Viewfort trying to skip past there, but arrested by good work by Dimitri. Dimitri finding Viewfort, but Viewfort not quite sure where to go, and it is turned over and a nice pass, but it goes into the arms of Ward. That one from Elva, looking for Clivert. So many former footballers on this field. I get confused sometimes. So now, a nice turn and things going his way. BIM making an attack on the wing. And Mount Everest, very difficult defender to pass. So it is good work by Deshaun Howell, but it is not an easy test coming up against Everest. I call him Mount, but his real name is Marlon Everest. So it's going to be a throw-in now for BIM. So it's a throw. Underwood gets up. Jacob misses. And now Dimitri is forced to intercept. It goes out wide and out to Howell. Howell tries to play it in early towards the striker today for BIM. Sachin Griffith. And it's going to be another throw for BIM. Goes long towards Griffith. Griffith not able to put his toe on it, but appreciates the effort. Tariq Leo goes long. Jacob is under it, keeps his eye on it, and he heads it up. And now Underwood is on Elva. It is intercepted. Ooh. Tough tackle, but this Raquelme Elva, a tough contender.
Last call for the coach of St.
And the referee calls another penalty as Purpey eludes his defender, but defender gets a bit of his leg. And it is going to be the second penalty and the second goal if scored by Purpey in this encounter. Purpey forced to chase his own ball for his troubles. His teammates cheering him on. He earned the penalty and they are allowing him to take the kick. Because of that, a brisk wind blowing here in the Darren Sammy Stadium. Purpey steps up and Purpey converts. So 2 goals, 2 penalties here for Viewfort against BIM United. I was speaking to the coach from BIM United earlier, and he was really focused on development of this young team, a select team from Barbados from different areas, and he used the opportunity to not be focused on winning, but giving as many players from his roster an opportunity to have this experience here in St. Lucia and allow them to develop and express themselves. So he was adamant about mixing his team up and make sure to play in the spirit that they came here to play in, and have all the players get the experience rather than just part of that crew. And he's done a good job at doing it. This BIM United team, one of the most disciplined teams out here in this tournament. Always on time, always very respectful, warming up, always prepared, always ready. So they have a lot of attributes of a good team in development, and no doubt as they continue to play together and develop, they will cause problems for a lot of teams that they come up against in the future. A little too soon with that cross by Anthony Williams. Not often does he get to make a run up the line to express himself and show his skill, but he does it in this case, and he makes the cross a little too soon. So Underwood will get the throw for BIM United, and Jacob shows up. He touches it down comfortably, back to Underwood. Underwood into Tyrell Reese, who changes the play, and a nice pass by Reese. Seeing if Howell can hold the tail. No, he does not. It is put out by the player to make the cross earlier, which would have been Williams. And Dimitri trying to find his player, who is hit in the face by the deflection. That is Thompson. Thompson is down, Jaden Thompson, and he requires assistance. Ball blasted into his face. Hopefully it's mostly superficial, but we all know the sting of a football from point blank range is not something one would wish against their worst enemy. Well, maybe their worst enemy, but not all their other enemies. And now Jaden Thompson is feeling that sting, perhaps. So you can see he's not happy, he's up. And I'm sure it is a superficial sting, hopefully, but one that is not at all pleasant. So he wakes up, puts some water on his arms. Thompson doing a good job in most parts, sort of breaking up some of the play in the area that Lionel likes to take control, but he is allowed to do so less so today. as he's pressured by Viewfort and Jaden Thompson. So we just wait on things to get back on track. So BIM has decided to maybe change it up, bring some fresh legs on. Some stinging a couple players under some pressure going down a short while ago. These teams, let's keep in mind, have had 4 out of 5 days play, 1 day rest. So no doubt it takes a toll, and of course they will want to make sure that they have some energy to enjoy the beautiful St. Lucia weather. So we see a player down here. It looks like Thompson, but not sure if he looks like Thompson. Yes, Thompson is indeed going to be substituted. He is unable to go on. This is unfortunate because Thompson, with his height and his strength in the middle, was really doing a yeoman service, closing down and preventing Jadel Lionel in particular from, you can see him standing in the middle of the circle, Jadel Lionel, that is his domain. He's probably smiling now that Thompson is forced to go out. He stands in the middle of that center circle like a king, looking after his domain with his players as his generals on the edge of it. Very symbolic, but the game is going to definitely miss Jaden Thompson, who for a moment in time up until now really did a good job claiming back some of that territory in the middle of the park. Nonetheless, Mikolai, the brother of Dimitri, has come on to a very different player from Thompson. A lot more diminutive, faster, peppy player, and he is obviously going to try to fill that role using a very different skill set. Very nippy player and dangerous on the wings, but he is going to nip at the ankles perhaps Thompson, and even attack him more often in that role. We saw him last time on the wing, but he comes in now. So Viewfort is going to be the one charged with doing a lot of the defensive midfield work with Tyrell Reese and Mikolai in the center. I always hesitate when seeing Mikalai's last name, knowing that I will have great difficulty in pronouncing it. The referee says play on. This referee allowing big boys to play in the sandbox. Some clever work there by Elva, but he will not get past Underwood with it. Underwood not accepting any showboating today. Titus Elva, not Titus Elva, but Riquelme Elva. Very capable at displaying his skill. But on this occasion, Underwood says no thank you very much. So the ball in the hands of Ward. Ward looking for his options. He decides to go short. And a nice tap around by Jacob. He plays it in towards Reese. Under it. Ooh, nervous moment for Tyreek as Sachin Griffith was chasing. But he eventually gets it. It comes outside. Underwood puts it out of play. And it's going to be a Viewfort throw. So just about 3 minutes left in this first half. Viewfort 2 goals up from 2 penalties. They have not scored in open play, and we have seen them really move that ball around well in open play, but unable to convert. The BIM team breaking up a lot of those plays, and in a couple instances needing to infringe, and therefore having that lead to penalties. So Everest to take the free kick, and he goes straight to goal, and it's up, and Ward risks his long frame, contorting his frame around the post to keep that one out. He looked like a rubber band man. Very nervous moment. I was glad that he was able to get it without putting himself at risk of injury. Dimitri, very clever. Toe tapped it, get around his man. And this player on the wing, although small in size, big in strength on the ball. Number 18. Elva misses the kick. Mikalai. And a driven pass is going to go for 4 runs. Hits the corner flag. Good football by BIM. They really are in this game. The name that I was trying to recall earlier being that of Joshua Husbands. Small in size, big in strength. It's the second time we have seen him hold off more than one player bigger in stature. He is put on this side with the much taller Jaheim Skeet, but he has done well to hold him off. So Kendall Clark to do the honors in the back, taking his time, of course. They're leading 2-0. And he goes towards Purpey. Dimitri under it. Adele Ford comes back. No, it doesn't quite get to Mikalai and Elva. Some nice footwork. Changing his mind. He gets the better of Underwood. He almost loses his shots. Underwood having wanted a pair of white shorts for many years. And he was just checking the size on Elva's shorts to see if it would fit him. No malice intended, but we end the period with that battle between those two players, Underwood and Elva. And in a few minutes we continue with the second half of this exciting encounter between Viewfort and BIM United, teams from St. Lucia and Barbados respectively. And at the end of today's play, we will have the draw for the semi-final round of the 2022 Free Kick Youth Cup tournament. So be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe with the notifications so that you know when the games will be played, the respective games in the semi-final. Tomorrow, Sunday, the last game of the evening and probably the biggest game after this one, starting promptly at 4 p.m., will be between Vinci Ballers, who are one of the more exciting teams here in this tournament, and they will come up against St. Lucia Select 11, arguably one of the best teams in this tournament. So we'll see what happens in this game with a 2-0 lead over BIM. Viewfort are on their way, not there yet, but they're on their way to a semi-final position, the second semi-final position in Group A. Trent City Nationals occupying the first place spot in that group, and they got the first semi-final berth yesterday. And Viewfort now fighting against BIM United for the second one, and in comfortable position with a 2-0 lead over BIM United. So we come back in a couple minutes in this encounter to see how it finishes in Group A. So we're back onto the second half and we see Puppy in discussion about his approach to the free kick. And it's not going to be Puppy. Wow, swatted down by Wood. A nice free kick with a tiny bit of curl, but a lot of power. Taken for Viewfort at Ward in goal. And in this case, it was Sean Joseph with his right foot. But Ward just swatted it down as it approached first post, and he now restarts play from the goal line. He goes outside to Underwood, who touches it forward. But Mikalai has it at his feet, and he tries to find number 18 for BIM. Joshua Husbands, one of the attackers, along with Sachin Griffith. Wonder if you could send me lunch with that straight. Yeah. You want to talk to her in the meantime. They will ask them. Yeah, but you talk to them just so that they know to her. But you should have been able to ask them. So, BIM trying to form an attack here. We just saw a pacey press in the right corner. Game still at 2-0. Dimitri, not sure. I mean, there was a swing and a miss. He turned his back, so he wasn't sure where the ball was. It made for 1.5 seconds of comedy. But that was Husbands showing what seemed from the stands to be Obadele Thompson-like speed down the line to chase down Kendall Clark, then win the ball from him. But he was just a bit too off balance to get around him and head to goal. Kendall Clark very strong on his feet and caught the off balance Husbands. Clark now with the kick. Looks towards Elva. It's going to be headed out by Jacobs. Ward is under it safely, but he just clangs right into Ward. Ward again contorting his body to absorb the cushion, and now Mikolai a bit too pacey for him, despite him being a pacey player himself. But they will have the throw and try to make something. Still a lot to play for in this game. They score only 2-0 at this time through 2 penalties converted by Viewfort. We see Tyrell Reese with a clever back heel. Ward chasing. Ward goes outside to looking for Underwood. Mikolai is chasing, goes in the gap. Dimitri heads it out before the linesman raising his flag. Husbands is up. Reese. Husbands. Reese. Reese. Nobody really has control. The ball belongs to the streets as it bounces around these two teams. But it's going to be a throw-in for BIM. And Mangal coming on for Elva, who is going to be rested and pass the responsibility of the captaincy to Purpi. Mangal on for Riquelme Elva. Husbands, it's a nice touch. Purpi goes back, and Jacob sticking his frame out. Underwood with a clever turn to hold off Mangal. and awarded with a free kick for it. So the question is, do this BIM United team still believe? Score not at all unreachable, 2-0. They're still playing with a lot of energy. This is Jacob. Jacob Bishop. Jacob Bishop. 6 and 1/2 does not the other. This is my first time doing sports commentary for Sport TT. So of course mistakes will be made. Tomorrow we'll say mistakes were made. But it has allowed me the benefit of seeing a lot of talent here in the under-19 regional category. Puppy with a pass inside, and it is now Elva who is fouled, and it is going to be the third penalty of the game. Elva around his man, and Jacob Bishop left with no option but hold on to his torso to prevent a goal against his keeper Ward. So it's going to be Puppy in a second goal attempt. Clive passes it to Puppy. Puppy shoots and it's saved. Puppy gets a second chance and he puts it in the back of the net. A good save. Mikalai taking the time almost before that penalty to perhaps give Ward some insight to where he believed Puppy was going. And that advice seemed effective, as Ward in fact was able to save the penalty, but he was not able to stop the rebound from the kicker, Puppy, who finishes his own rebound to make the score 3-0. 3 penalties to make the score 3-0. So Mikalai, patient. Bishop tries to come inside, gives it away. Bishop again. Mikalai takes over, comes outside. Howell goes inside, and it is a defeat of Adele Ford. Very clever in getting around Puppy and his best friend, number 17. And they played very quickly. And Ford again, trying to make something happen, but it is toe poked by the ever so long Mangal. Number 17 player was Isadore, who came on recently. So Adele Ford really still proven to be a problem for Viewfort, but not a problem that will get them 3 goals immediately. There's going to have to be a lot of hard work put in for the remainder of this game. Jacob chasing, Clive chasing, and both men rolling off the field, down the hill and into the river for a spirit bath here in Crozile, St. Lucia. Of course, I'm joking. There is no river or spirit bath here, only good football. So the ball at the feet of Dimitri. Dimitri goes over the top. He looks for Reese and a shoulder touch. Reese still has it. Reese turns on his man very cleverly, passes it to Ford. Ford pull back. Ford goes out to Howell. Howell catching Ward off guard, and Dimitri headed up, and it hits the face of Everest. Howell looking for his man, tries to find Griffith. Griffith is tapping it down, tap, 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 tapping it down with his fingers, cooling the ball down on a hot St. Lucian day. And now this is when Viewfort exerts pressure. They did this yesterday, I believe. They're doing it again today, where they bring on their reinforcement. The troops, fresh legs. The coach rotates his players very well, keep legs fresh, and that has served them well during the tournament. And the players that come on fit seamlessly into his system, and it does not drop in any quality whatsoever. So Wood to Jacob Bishop, nice tip tap. Second time he sort of tipped up around his players, in this case Mangal being the victim. Griffith with a nice turn and a nice chip over the top, but Tariq Leo is there, and he's going to keep it at his feet for a moment before picking it up. Up in the air, it's going to bounce all the way down, and the tail, he has to grab the tail, but he does not, and it goes out for a goal kick. These young Viewfort players seemingly not have learned to catch iguanas running. It is the tail is the most important part to hold on to when it skips away like that ball just did to the goal line. And Ward with a kick. Ward goes deep, looks for Griffith. Referee's going to call a foul against Griffith. An infringement upon Griffith, I should say. And a few players are around it. Griffith picks up the ball like he wants to do the honors. But Reese has different ideas. Imposing figure Griffith. Looks like a medium pace bowler approaching the opposite end of the wicket. But on this occasion, he's going to unleash that right foot. Left foot, perhaps. Left foot. My apologies. And it going over the goalpost on this occasion. And Tyreek Lee will reset. So Mangal heads towards his keeper. The opposing team's keeper, which is Ward, and it sneaks past Mangal. Oh, and the referee is calling an infringement with that bump, big to small bump, and the biggest player, perhaps tallest player on the field, on the outfield, just bumping off the smallest in DeMario. What's his face? DeMario. Help me in the comments. What is DeMario's last name? Francis. And it looks like it is going to be Griffith. And a rocket. That was Reese. Reese registers his credentials on the score sheet. High fives all around. Barbados should be proud of this team pushing on despite the score line. It is in fact the first outfield goal to be scored here in this game. 3 goals being scored by Viewfort, 3 penalties. And actually it is not an outfield goal, my mistake. It is the 4th penalty. A game of many penalties. Oh, a Viewfort being tricky with his feet. Goes out to Mikalai, who Mangal extends his long legs across his body and infringes. Out to Howell. Howell looks for a gap that is closed down. Oh, a nice little back heel. Reese is now fully confident after that penalty, taking some clever touches, but it's going to be a free kick. At 3-1 here, we have now just about 19 minutes left in this one, as we see Kendall Clark take a free kick for his team, Viewfort.
He then gave by Viewfort South, taking the scores to 4 goals to 1 in favor of Viewfort South. We have a minimum of 20 minutes left in this game. Minimum of 3 minutes left. 1. Our upcoming game, last game for the day, we have St. Lucia Select 11 versus Benson College.